Good morning, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are. Simone Bailey Campbell here, visual artist, furniture designer, and candle maker. Welcome to the journey where I get to explore all my artistic shenanigans on this channel. Okay, button up your seatbelts, we're in for a ride. The project that I'm currently working on is called The Woman I Love. It's a portrait series comprising of 31 women whom I personally know and love. And right now you're watching me doing the line drawing of The Generous One. Now, just so you know, in case this is your first time joining me on this channel, each person gives me their own word. That is, they're still living. And so her word is generous. So I'm calling her the generous one. However, before I dive deep into telling you why I love the generous one, this is a group, the generous one and the next two portraits make up the group of what I call my three amigos, right? These are my ride and die girlfriends. And so I'm doing it in the order of how we met. So the generous one comes first. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the generous one, aka Diane. Okay, let's start with the backstory. I always have to say how we met. So we met, yes, my husband and I met the generous one. She was selling fashion accessories in a boutique in my neighborhood. And okay, my husband is very chatty, and I tend to be the very quiet one until you get to know me. So that's why I said we, because I think he was probably doing more talking. So it was just very, very casual. Okay, however, when I began to commute into the city, I also saw the generous one taking the same train. So we used to be on the same platform. And then it was like, hi, how are you? That kind of thing. So it went from hi, how are you? And then sometimes we'd end up sitting beside each other on the train. And that's how the friendship developed. Thank God for New Jersey Transit. Okay, so there is a side to the generous one that comes across very no nonsense. You know, there was an air to her that seems like she would slap a bitch if she had to. I'm just saying that was her demeanor. That was her vibe. Like, don't cross her, don't mess with her. However, on the flip side, she is generous and kind and loving and sweet and wonderful and caring, which is a good mix. And that's why I love her so much. If you ask her a question, you will get an answer. You'll get a straight answer. And I love that about her so much. The funny thing about these portraits is that they do have a life of their own. After I get the word, I usually come up with a concept. And I tell you the truth. I start and then the portrait takes over. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. This portrait is not what I planned. The generous one, sells and loves fashion, and I wanted to, put on a whole ton of necklace, and because that was part of the generosity. That's going to show something that she loves, and I was going to just bring it out. And I started this thing, and it would not let me do that. I'm not lying, it would not let me do that. I mean, even the hair thing. So I even tried the hair thing, and it didn't come out the way I had planned it. But it came out right, and to tell the truth, I'm going to do it again, because sometimes I fight with the portrait, but I realize that you just have to let it flow. So what the portrait did was simplify, was not allow me to put on all that fashion stuff, but to just let her spirit glow. It was just about her glowing. And so me fighting all of that was useless. Yes, because she don't mess with you. If that's what she wants, that's what she gets. And so the portrait only showed her glowing. And you will see, even with the hair, it was just glowing and flowing. And so that's what came out of the portrait. It was just her being her wonderful, generous self, which turned out to be really amazing. The portrait said, I don't need any of that stuff to show how generous I am. That's not what makes me generous. And I know that. I just wanted to show that side to you. But that's not what she wanted to say. Instead, she just wanted to glow and show how she could just drip with generosity from within. So, the generous one, Diane, thank you so much for being my friend and for being who you are. I love and appreciate you.